Y'all, Hollywood is at it again, and I'm about to lose my daggone mind. Their Labyrinth 2 is confirmed, and I say no. Just say no. No, no. Jim Henson's cult classic fantasy film Labyrinth is returning in a long-awaited sequel, and there are already exciting updates about Labyrinth 2. I swear to God, they're gonna set it in Crenshaw. Y'all have no idea it's gonna be, freaking Chicago. Because why not? And reasons. Stop it. I don't know. I have lawyer friends. We need a cease and desist. Stop raiding my childhood because you have no good stories to make. Go find someone with a modicum of talent. Don't look at their outside covering, whether they're man, woman, child, zim zer, and and let the best script win. But stop using my childhood because y'all ran out of ideas. That's not my fault. And I'd like you to leave them alone, thank you kindly. Put your little fuzzy mittens back on. Get your hands out the cookie jar. Hollywood, stop. Jim Henson's 1960 or 86 film The Labyrinth was one of the great cult classics of the decade, and now the fantasy story is returning in The Labyrinth 2: Electric Boogaloo. I added that last part, but come on now, that would be hilarious. The original film follows a young girl named Sarah who must enter the titular labyrinth to save her baby brother from the goblin king Jareth. I mean, let's overlook the fact that, a grown-ass man is stealing a baby to seduce a young child, which didn't really even bother me until I watched it as an adult, and that David Bowie's codpiece and Schmeckle were a main character in that movie. Look, I love you, Jim Henson, but as a child that had to watch The Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, I do question what was going on at the Puppet Factory, okay? Those are some not children-friendly movies, but they're, like, for children. But in my analogy, Hollywood, stop being like the Skeksis. Do not, do not go through my childhood and drain it like a gelfling to give you, longer life. No, stop it. Stop. Uh, Perhaps best remembered for its catchy tunes provided by David Bowie, Labyrinth also blended Jim Henson's amazing puppet prowess with the full imagination of the aforementioned filmmaker. Like its predecessor, The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth underperformed at the box office and was mostly met with confusion from critics in 1986. They, too, being older, probably thought, you know, older guy stealing a baby to seduce a 16-year-old. Maybe not the best look, but who knows? However the film has since been reevaluated by academics and film fans alike and gained a cult following once it arrived on home video. Jim Henson's other fantasy project, The Dark Crystal, was revived in the woefully short-lived series The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance on Netflix, and it made Labyrinth 2 seem much more possible. Now the 1980s legacy sequel is in the work, but news concerning the Henson Studios film is few and far between. News regarding the long-awaited sequel, no one's waiting for this. No, leave it alone. Don't touch my things. Stop it. Just stop it. Get your, mittens out of the cookie jar and go write a new story. Go write more stories. Stop mining my childhood for the love of all that is Cheetos. And the latest update sees Brian Henson clarifying the status of Labyrinth 2 after earlier reports said it was canceled. Although he couldn't say much about the status of the film, Henson made it clear that Labyrinth 2 is still a project we are very excited about. Stop it. He also indicated that his sister, Lisa Henson, would be better suited to answer questions about the movie, seeing as she is the CEO of the Jim Henson Company. The first announcement regarding Labyrinth 2 came all the way back in 2014, and the no anticipated sequel has gone through various incarnations since then. Now, Hollywood, let me see if I'm following this. But this production seems cursed. Maybe it's the universe's way of telling you to stop it. Stop. Let it be. Do not ruin my childhood stuff. Keep your hands away from the 80s and 90s. Step back and turn around. Numerous script updates have conflicted with one another, and the movie was seemingly canceled in late 2023 before being contradicted in early 2024 that the project has been in development for a decade with no significant progress being made, which suggests it might not ever see the light of day despite being confirmed. Look, my money, I would like to place my bet and my vote on it never being made. Okay? Look, we lost David Bowie. We cannot remake this. That's the law in Moe's world. While the ultimate fate of the film is still undecided, various creatives have been attached to the project over the years. Most recently, Scott Dickerson signed on for Labyrinth 2, and he took the reins from Fede Alvarez, who was previously announced but dropped out in 2020. It's unclear that Dickerson is still the director, and he seemingly confirmed that the project was shelved before Brian Henson contradicted him and confirmed that the movie was still in development. What will happen in the sequel? Nothing, because it shouldn't be made, but let's go ahead and see. Like everything else surrounding the troubled sequel, nothing is known about the plot of Labyrinth 2: Electric Boogaloo. When Fede Alvarez was still attached to direct, the Evil Dead 2013 filmmaker made it clear that the biggest challenge was making the story commercially viable. With that in mind, it isn't certain that Labyrinth 2 is envisioned as a pure sequel or more of a reboot. How about neither? I'll take neither for 500, Alex, please. Thank you and good luck. The recasting of David Bowie's Jareth is perhaps the biggest hurdle for the film, and it's highly unlikely that the filmmaker would attempt to replace the late rock legend. Instead, Labyrinth 2 will need to find some of other corner of the fantasy universe to explore, perhaps even a prequel in the same vein as the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Until more details are revealed, it's impossible to know exactly what will happen in this if the sequel ever gets made. Okay, again, Hollywood, just stop. Just stop. Get your greasy mitts off my childhood. Like, you know, I don't go to Hollywood and tell y'all what to do. I mean, apart from keep your greasy mitts off my childhood, but you haven't made anything good in like the last 5 years, okay? As far as fantasy and, that kind of stuff movies. So it's not my fault that you suck at writing. Leave my childhood alone, okay? If I want to traumatize my children with David Bowie and his codpiece character and then watch The Dark Crystal, I would like to do the originals if possible. But that's just my opinion. What's yours, guys? Please like and subscribe if you like this. If you didn't like this, thanks for hanging out during the entire movie or show or whatever this thing is. Really, we don't know sometimes. Please do all the YouTubey things if you can. It really does help. If not, I'm not gonna turn this, video around and not let you get frosties. Have a wonderful day and keep your mitts off of my childhood, Hollywood. We do not approve. I will find lawyers and I will sign a I will make a cease and desist or a class action lawsuit. You cannot destroy our myths. You cannot remake them, reboot them, recalibrate them for a modern audience. We like them just fine. And as much as I joke about David Bowie and his codpiece, I loved The Labyrinth, and I didn't quite get all the subtext when I was a kid. So just leave it alone, please, for the love of all that is holy. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye, guys.